Hello everybody, Fiasco here from the Halcyon Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser here at the Crown of Corellia dining room, which is where we're going to have pretty much all of our meals here during our voyage. And what this video is going to be is a collection of all of our lunch experiences here on the Starcruiser. I'm here right now on the very first day and I just enjoyed our first meal on here, and I'm going to share that with you, let you know how it was. And then Rhino's also going to pop in and share his opinions in a bit as well. But before we do that, let me remind you, all the content you see produced on this channel is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. Let our travel experts help you plan that next perfect vacation, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, or even the Halcyon. They can help you with all of that. And you can find all that information and more down in the description below. So Crown of Corellia, I hope I'm saying that right. Lunch number one. This is an all-you-care-to-eat buffet. And there's a variety of options. I went straight for the roasted flora, which was a plant-based option, but I didn't just get plant-based, I got a variety here. I also got the curry-dipped yip chicken. I got the mushroom salad, and I got two of the desserts, the cocoa whip, as well as the bantha fruit mousse thing, the pretty purple mousse thing. All very Star Wars themed food items. And my thoughts. So you're not going to go hungry with this because of course you can just come back as much as you want, get as much food as you want, and you have quite a lot of time to do so. Check-in at the Starship here was at 1 p.m. So that's when they started to let everybody in. Now I will say I got here about an hour and a half early, and the queue did start to form a nice sizable line outside of the Starcruiser. Because I was one of the first people to get here, I was able to get in right at 1 o'clock. But if you did arrive more around 12:50 or right at 1 o'clock, you might have a little bit of lag actually getting in. But I got right in at 1, and I have so much time till the ship muster at 4. I have 3 hours before I really have to be anywhere to see something major in this story unfold. So you can really take your time and enjoy your food and enjoy the atmosphere, which is what I'm doing. Now the roasted flora I thought was fantastic. I'm definitely going to go back and get some more of that. The caramelized onions on there were delicious. The curry dipped chicken little pod thing, while it's themed very well, is not something I was super into. I was hoping it was going to be warm, but then surprised it was like a cold salad type pod. I wished it was warm. And cold dishes were a theme throughout the items I chose. I'm going to have to head back and try one of the warm items too. But basically all the items I just tried and just overlaid in front of you were served cold. The mushroom and kale salad was quite good too. Not enough for me to go back for seconds, like the roasted flora, but it was pretty good. And I devoured both of the desserts. The cocoa whip was my favorite, and it's a very small portion. So I will definitely be getting myself another one of those because I guess I could just infinitely eat these till about 3 o'clock. Which I won't do because I want to save room for dinner. I'm sure dinner's going to be awesome. You know, there's a dinner show tomorrow night, I believe, where lunch is more of like this self-serve buffet type deal. But I'm going to go back, get a few more things, and then check back with you, and Rhino will check back with you as well. See you in a minute. So just got my stew to satisfy the wanting of a hot item, and I thought it was just fine. It had a nice spicy kick to it. But the little crawfish guy in there, peeking his little head out, was a little too small to even break apart and get the meat out of him well. It's worth noting that inside of the soup itself were a few more other little baby pieces of crawfish, so you were still getting some seafood in there. Just the main the main guy right there was pretty difficult to eat. All in all here for this first lunch, I really enjoyed the vegan options. I really enjoyed the desserts, and as far as the curry chicken pod and the stew goes, I could really take it or leave it for those two. So we're here lunch day 2 at the Crown of Corellia dining room, and I'm just going to kind of take you around and show you each item because they are different than yesterday. And opposed to doing what I did yesterday and just try to remember all the space names off the top of my head, we don't have to do that. We can just show you them all as I go. Because trying to remember every space name is hard. Because I would just call this little flatbread pizza, but what it really is a bantha beef and tuber. Here we have a sweet tuber with spicy batu curry, blue focaccia and sausage takeaway. We have one repeat here, being the sunflower butter and jelly, which is basically just a peanut butter and jelly pod. We have the chocolate caramel cake, which is empty now, but no worries, I have one at my table, so you'll see that in a moment. The cream of Jogan, the chili spiced cucumber garden grow greens, red fruit burrata, daily sweetbread, aka chocolate chip cookies, marinated seared tofu, dipped tip-yip chicken, which is just chicken and mac and cheese, which I cannot tell you about, obviously, because I don't eat that. Tamarind glazed bara fish, which looks like probably cod or halibut. And kedu rib bites.
I have returned from my excursion to Batu, and I am hungry. Now, on Batu, you do get a quick service meal, and you can use it in Docking Bay 7 or at various other locations in the park as well. But why would you leave and go to those parts of the park? But in Docking Bay 7, you are entitled to an entree and an alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage, or you can substitute and add in a dessert if you'd like. I went with the Gold Squadron beer that was there, and under the advice of the cast member, I went with I can't remember the name of it. It is the Surly Surlac. I was like Surlac. It's one of those tongue twister ones. But I'm here now. I didn't really eat my food. I just brought it because you can do it in to go. So I put it in the refrigerator. I thought it'd be great for lunch tomorrow when we're departing. I'm just going to take a bag of food with me, I've decided, because it's all been so good. So I'm here in Crown of Corellia for their lunch buffet. I've tried a bite of everything. I'm going to say the one thing that I don't love, and it's not because it's not good, it's just because I don't really eat meat on the bone that often, is the Kadu rib bites. I thought it was pork belly, so I just shoved the whole piece in my mouth, and I was like, well, now I have bone in my mouth. So that was on me, though. I think it actually is a pretty, in terms of flavor profile, it's all there. I just immediately grossed myself out because I bit into the bone. And then I thought the real surprise here of everything I had, which I thought was going to be like the most boring, was this one. It was blue focaccia and sausage takeaway with a red fruit jam and a ahi aioli. It's H-A-I. I didn't read, I just grabbed, and so it's like brown on the outside, and it was purple on the inside, and actually I was like, oh, it was so good. It was just like, the aioli had a little bit of like a spice to it, or it might have been the sausage, but oh my gosh, so delicious. I thought the bantha beef and tuber, it's like a flatbread that has pickled onions, vinegar, herb sauce, and cotija cheese, which I really like. I thought that was good. The one that surprised me too was this sweet tuber with spicy batu curry, because it comes with like a granola bar, and you like dip the granola bar, because I'm not usually like I'm not a soup guy. I'm not a soup guy unless it's ramen. But it's like you bite it and like with the granola bar with the thing all together, it's like I don't know who thought of this, but what an interesting idea. I love that. And then, what next? What do we have next here? I had, of the two desserts, there was a salted caramel chocolate cake, which I thought was pretty dense, but it was good. The cream of yogan. I thought it was going to be like the dessert last night because it kind of looked similar, and I thought it was the same thing, but oh my gosh, this dessert was so good. I was like, should I just go get like 5 more? It's fine. And then I liked all the options. The burrata was weird because the tomato chutney underneath of it was like, I thought it was going to be solid, and it was really just like, this is sauce. and so I thought that was a little bizarre because the burrata was delicious, but it didn't really have anything to kind of pair with it. I mean, I guess you had the small tomatoes and stuff, but it was almost like a deconstructed the salad that has the tomato, the mozzarella, and the balsamic, and I just can't for the life of me remember what it's called right now. Like a fool, like a darn fool. The marinated seared tofu, I enjoyed the tofu, but it had olives in the stuff underneath, and Mama don't like olives. The tamarind glazed burra fish was actually really good as well. I wasn't feeling fish today, but I took one bite of this with like the quinoa that was underneath, the crispy chickpeas. Very good, very good. Highly recommend everything.
Okay, so for lunch day 2, I got the glazed burra fish, the salted chocolate cake, and the cucumber garden veggies. I also got the red fruit burrata, which I will try the red fruit part of it right now and skip the burrata part of it, but I haven't even had this yet. Super don't like that. Didn't like that. But I did like the salted chocolate cake, and I did like the white fish, the what was it called? I'm trying to remember all the space names. It's either cod or halibut. Doing my best to remember all the space names, but it's difficult. Like the cake, like the white fish, and it's worth noting, this is obviously a different lunch than was served on day 1. Also on day 2, you didn't necessarily have to eat in the Crown of Corellia dining room. You were given credits as well to eat at Docking Bay 7 in Batu. Okay, that's gonna do it for our day 1 and day 2 lunch coverage of the Crown of Corellia. I think I'm finally saying that right. Of course, we did dinner as well, and the link to our dinner review will be in the description of this video. So check out that if you didn't miss it. That one includes a lot of entertainment, dancing, singing, and drama. So make sure you check it out, and we will see you in the next one.